I think for the quarter to date change, we are still in a positive territory. And I think there's going to be a reinforcement starting from this week because the second quarter result is going to be in perspective and we're going to start receiving from next week. And I think if that's the case, depending on which one comes first, either way it looks, if it's really much better than what we've seen in the first quarter, then definitely there's going to be another bullish run. But if otherwise, it's really negatively on the situation in the market for the next 2 weeks or thereafter.
So what sector should we be expecting to probably drive market volume and value for today? You know, this is the second half of the year, and we're expecting to see better returns and better turnover from the market. Well, Rotimi, if you can hear me, what I asked is that are we expecting to see a better return on the markets today? Are we expecting to see improved volume and value at the Nigerian Stock Exchange today? Well, we seem to have lost our connection with Rotimi Fakejo. We've been looking at how stocks fared last week, especially on Friday when the NSE All-Share Index depreciated by as much as 0.83% to close at about 36,164.31, and with a year-to-date of 28.80% in positive territory. The market capitalization came in at 11.42 trillion naira, and about 774.83 million units were exchanged by investors for valued at 4.75 billion naira. We're also looking at the market. We do know for a certainty that the most active stocks were Transcorp, Portland Paint, which also recorded gains, and EcoBank Transnational Incorporated, as well as Zenith Bank and UBA. Now, Transcorp had the most highest shares traded. It churned out about 301.32 million units. Portland Paint follows with 205.49 million. ETI came in with 24.54 million units of its shares exchanged by investors. And then Zenith Bank and UBA also had about over 21 million units of their equities exchanged by investors. Well, Rotimi is still online from Nigerian Stock Exchange. Thank you so much, Rotimi, for joining us.
Thank you.
We seem to be having an issue with our connection, but let's quickly look at what trading is going to be like for today and project for the rest of the week. Do we expect to see positivity to return today, as like maybe the bulls will probably resurface, even if it's stylishly?
Well, I think the greatest of the after the month and the week, and that implies that the loss of on prices in the hospitality should be definitely revamped. So, and if that happens, we will see investors trying to take position, although the bullish run or the activity may not be much in the first half of the month, at least a lot of investing houses will still be taking into consideration and try to do some analysis as to what to do for the month. But I think by tomorrow, it definitely will be better. Basically, I think today, Dangote cement may likely go up, and that's been positively after the market. But for the activity that may drive the market for this week, I think the banking sector will still drive the market in activity and volume. And I think the food and beverage sector too are not going to lag behind. And I think the industrial goods sector may still be able to maintain its present position. So in that way, I think these three sectors are to be watched, because the one that has been a constant laggard in the market is the insurance sector, and it hasn't really improved at all. So that one may be a no touch, and because even up to now we haven't seen any of them based their results except non-side insurance, and every other insurance company quoted after banking, industrial and consumer goods.
Well, thank you so much, Rotimi, for sharing your thoughts with us this morning. I've been speaking with the stockbroker and the managing director of Enterprise Capital, Rotimi Fakejo, and we've been having our eye on the capital market in association with Guarantee Trust Bank. Well, let's take a look at how markets outside our shores fared. Stocks on Wall Street finished the month of June lower, logging their first monthly drop this year. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 finished near session lows on investor uncertainty. Let's take a look at the numbers now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average declined by as much as 114.89 points to close at 14,909.60. That's about 14, that's about 0.76% in negative territory. While the S&P also finished lower, it dropped about 0.43%. That's 6.92 basis points to close at 1,606.28. The Nasdaq is in positive territory, although marginally up 0.04%. That's about 1.38 basis points to 3,403.25. The Russell 2000, which tracks smaller cap stocks, is down 0.25% to 977.48. And let's take a look at the European market. European shares opened higher today after final readings for June. Manufacturing data gave a mixed outlook for several Eurozone economies. The FTSE 100 is up 0.10%. to 6,221.70. The CAC 40, however, is in negative territory. It shed about 13.60 basis points from its share price to close at 3,725.31. German's DAX is also in negative territory. It lost about 0.77% to close at 7,898.21. The SMI is also in negative territory. It's down by 1.92 basis points. That's about 0.02 to close at 7,681.12. Let's cross over to Asian stock markets now. And they ended in mixed, choppy session today after factory activity in China confirmed fears that the world's second largest economy could be slowing down. While the Nikkei 225 hit a one-month new high, however, of 13,852.50. It's up 1.28%. That's about 175.18 basis points. The Hang Seng Index is also up 1.78% to 20,803.29. The ASX 200, however, is down by 1.92% to 4,710.29. And the Shanghai Composite Index is trending also in positive territory. It's up about 0.81%. That's about 16.04 basis points to 1,995.24. Well, that's enough of the markets. Let's come back home now and see what is making headlines. And Cynthia Are is standing by.
Good morning to you. Here are the headlines. A jailbreak in Akure, the Ondo state capital, has left the authorities in search of about 175 prison inmates who escaped after gunmen attacked the Olokuta medium security prison a few minutes after midnight on Sunday morning. According to the Ondo State Controller of Prisons, Mr. Tunde Olaiwola, the attackers used dynamite to break through a section of the prison's walls before opening fire at the wardens on duty. The Lagos State Task Force has arrested over 160 persons it described as miscreants during a raid under the Oshodi Bridge in Lagos. According to the Task Force Office on the Environment, the raid was carried out yesterday morning in Okomola area and under Oshodi Bridge. Parading the suspects, which include underage girls, the chairman of the unit explained that the exercise will help to reduce crime rates that's across the state. And politicians thinking of getting the Muslim vote in 2015 have been told that performance in their present capacity would be the main determinant. The Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Abubakar Sa'ad III, who is also the spiritual leader of the Muslims in Nigeria, told a gathering of Muslims yesterday that the Jamaatul Nasril Islam will evaluate the performance of President Goodluck Jonathan's administration as it relates to the condition and welfare of Muslims in the country before taking a common position on the 2015 presidential election. And on the foreign scene, in what is the highest death toll for firefighters in a single incident since the 9/11 bombing occurred, at least 19 U.S. firefighters have been